Hello and welcome. Do you want to be a star therapist? Do you want to find out more about what that is, what it means? Well, I am Silvia Hartmann, the creator of Modern Energy, and I am delighted to host this StarLine Therapy question and answer session tonight. And I'm going to have a lot of fun with it, and I am always super excited to talk about Star Matrix and StarLine Therapy. So I've received a bunch of questions from lots of different people all over the world about the StarLine Therapy course that is upcoming. First one in the history of the world, at the absolute cutting edge of energy knowledge, energy development, and energy applications. Because what we do here is modern energy. And that's the very first question that I need to answer. Is this energy psychology? And the answer to that is no, it isn't. We are not doing any form of psychology. We are working absolutely in the third field, mind, body, spirit, aka our living energy bodies. And we work with methods that make our living energy bodies happier and healthier. And yeah, and for living energy bodies, you need to use energy techniques that work with the energy body. So this is not at all psychology. It has nothing to do with psychology. To be a star therapist means that you are essentially an energy healer. But I like to go beyond healing, as you know. Beyond healing lies all the fun that we want to have once we're healed, as it were. So I've got my questions here, and I'm going to go with my very first question, which is, what is a star therapist? Okay, that is really easy to answer. A star therapist is a person who works with their clients with a star matrix and offers StarLine therapy as a form of personal development, of healing, of coaching, of helping that person move forward in their lives. So the any existing therapists can add StarLine therapy to their existing practice and offer this as a modality for their clients to try out and see how they get on. When you work with Star Matrix, then you are a star therapist because you're focusing on the star memories and the star events with your client. And the purpose is to create new star events of healing and of evolution. That is the purpose. So that is what makes a star therapist a star therapist. And of course, a star therapist has a star client that they're working with. Of course, it's a star client. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were saying about their clients coming in for healing. And like, for example, they may have a massive blockage in their neck. And so but how would you ever work with that with Star Matrix? And my first thing that I was said to that was, look, this is one of the big problems, isn't it, in energy healing, is that there's a person sitting there. This is a person sitting there. It's not just a neck blockage sitting on the couch. Energy work, the living energy body, needs to be dealt with in a much wider, much more holistic, much more, so that we are dealing more than with just a neck blockage. There is a living person. They have a path in life. They have a path, they have a future, and they have an afterlife yet to look forward to. So, this neck blockage thing, yes, by all means, but as a star therapist, we are not looking at the neck blockage. what we might be doing is we might be looking for the energy of a star memory that we can evoke, which will take that neck blockage out. But in order to do that, we can't be staring at the neck blockage. We have to conceive of the entire person, our star person who is sitting in front of us, who has all these extraordinary energy gifts, literally like stars in their energy system. And if we touch the right one, if we touch anyone, that is going to make a huge change to the living energy body of that person. The star events are healing antidotes to existing energy problems in that person's energy system. This is something that is quite extraordinary and remarkable. And really, to think that people are carrying within them the very healing remedies that they have been seeking among the flowers, among the crystals, among the animals, among the gurus and all the other people out there, is in and of itself such an extraordinary thing. I love that so very, very much. So yeah, that's it. A star therapist is simply a person who works with their clients at their star memories. So yeah, I love the idea of a star therapist. Okay, next question. Lots of people have asked this. I thought I had answered this many times before, but clearly not. So what is StarLine Therapy and how is it different from Star Matrix? Star Matrix is our beginning. It's our self-help that we engage in. It's the best personal development method ever invented. And I can say that with some, sincerity, because I have literally been trying out personal development methods for myself since 1987. And I really have tried to find something that can help me, that can help the people that I deal with, the people in my life. And I have never, ever, ever known anything that can come even close to the beauty and simplicity of Star Matrix. So if you would like to become a star therapist, the very first step to that, absolute first step to that, is do it yourself. Do Star Matrix self-help yourself with yourself so that you begin to understand just what that is and what it does to a person. Because without having experienced this yourself, how could you possibly ever know, or how could you possibly ever guide clients, star clients, towards their own inner strength and inner resources that they never even knew consciously that they had, or that they may have completely forgotten or just completely ignored. So StarLine Therapy is the professional version, the therapy version of Star Matrix. And it goes further than just looking at individual star events to cheer yourself up, to get messages, to brighten up your energy system. It is a Star Matrix built modality where we are using these powerful star memories that people do really have for healing and for evolution. Also, there is this thing, it's called StarLine Therapy, not Star Matrix Therapy. And the reason for that is that when we have even just 25, 30 star memories from our own lives, and we simply write on a piece of paper, birth to now, and we plot these star memories there, even such a rudimentary star line, when we sit and look at it, is the key to unlocking our entire life, to getting our entire life back, to being able to handle the thought of our entire life, no matter how old we are, or how young, or what has happened in this life. It is absolutely the key to reclaiming your life, one segment, if necessary, at a time. And that really is the key to StarLine Therapy. And that is what makes people change their mind about their life and to think of their past in a completely different way. They are getting a new version of the past, a much more reality-based version of the past. And from this new past, there must arise a new future. It really is as straightforward as that. It's not clearing out billions of old trauma and when you're done, then you can have a good life. That's not actually how it works, and it hasn't worked for all those people who have been clearing trauma for years, for decades, for half a century in some cases. What does work is to focus on your star memories and begin to work with your life until your starline starts to shine and to sparkle and bring its radiate the light of these stars into the dark areas when times were bad, when traumas occurred, because it is that light of from the stars that is the healing, that brings the healing. And that's a permanent healing. That's a permanent shift and change in the energy system. And that is absolutely extraordinary. Not only is that extraordinary, it's completely easy, it's doable, it's natural. And for any individual person who embarks on this path, hugely, hugely exciting and motivating. I just love it. Okay, let's get to the next question, else we'll be here for many hours. What do you mean by star matrix is the way? Oh, okay. Right. So I have been saying this, star matrix is the way. And this person who asked me this question thought that that means that we're not going to do all the wonderful modern energy things anymore, that we're not going to do energy art and EMO and modern energy tapping and modern energy healing and energy healing for animals, that we're only going to do star matrix. And that really made me laugh. No, that's not what is meant by that. And this actually ties in with another question that I got, which was, hang on, where is it? Oh yeah, what are we going to learn on the StarLine Therapy course? Okay, that ties in perfectly with that question. The StarLine Therapy is a format by which all modern energy modalities and all working energy modalities, anything you've learned any time in your life, in any course, in any workshop, something that's really been a star event for you and that you've learned something from, we can engage and activate that to help our clients. For example, when a client tells a star story, so we've asked them about a star story and they start telling it, what happens is that the client wakes up and they get excited and they start gesturing and talking. And here, I mean, that's where the energy rises. And here we can use EMO to encourage that more. By all means, yeah, show me with your hands where these sensations that you can feel in your body when you remember that day on the beach with that friend of yours, and he turned his head and he looked at you, and you had these sparkles going up your spine. Yeah, can you feel these sparkles now? And these people, yeah, I can. And we can use EMO to move that forward. Or if we find that the client is a little bit blocked, we can use modern energy tapping and do sparkles up my spine, which is wonderful. Or if that client is inclined for that sort of thing, we can take them into sanctuary And there they are on the beach, and it's all here and now, and there's the wind and the scent and the warmth from the friend by the shoulder who turns his head and looks at you. And there's the sparkles going up the spine again. Every single thing you've learned along the way as a modern energist comes to play here, comes to play in helping our star clients have these healing experiences that come from within themselves, that light that they've been carrying within themselves, that radiates then out and changes the way they think about individual events, individual traumas, but most importantly, whole periods of their lives and their entire life through the star line, which is just such a tremendous thing. And for a person who's got a star line, even the most rudimentary one, this is a gift that keeps on giving, because with all these stars behind you, there have to be more stars in the future. And that's life-changing. It gives us our future back. And it really does. So yeah. Okay, what we got next? Oh yeah, this coming back to Star Matrix is the way. What I mean by Star Matrix is the way is that Star Matrix is the way forward for modern energy as a whole. It is you don't have to teach a person anything at all. You don't have to explain anything. You can just ask them about a happy moment in their lives, or you can tell them a happy moment from your life. It's conversational energy work that raises energy in other people, strangers, friends, family, you name it, instantly and reliably, because it's just, I just found something that people are doing naturally that has been suppressed for whatever reasons there may have been, that we focused everybody on trauma and only talk about trauma all the time. But that when we activate that, just talking about happy moments and star events, that changes everything. The Book of Stars is also just such a wonderful thing that we can tell to so many people. They don't have to learn any technique. They don't have to practice anything. They don't have to do anything weird or something that they might be worried about, like tapping or singing or dancing. It's simply just remembering some good moments from your life. So I think that Star Matrix is the way forward to get many, many more people interested in modern energy, in their own living energy bodies, in their own personal experience of more joy and happiness. So that is what I mean by Star Matrix is the way. And all and everything that we already know about energy and working with other people factors straight into that, comes straight into that, and is delighted to be a part of that natural process where we take a client all the way to that moment when the client goes, "Oh, now I understand," or "Now I know," or "Oh my God, I've never thought of that." And that is why clients go to see therapists. They're seeking that. I'm going to add something here. I was talking to someone the other day and said, yeah, it's a nice idea, star therapy, star client, all that stuff. But the clients expect to be doing trauma. They're not going to be happy. They won't pay if they don't get trauma. And I thought about this and thought about all the clients I've ever had. And I thought, no, that's not true. People are not expecting or wanting trauma treatments at all. What they want is some kind of relief, threshold shift, understanding, aha moment, some kind of something happening there where they come away and said, thank God I went to talk to this person. I am so glad that I went to seek somebody else's help, somebody else's advice. That's been super helpful to me. That is what clients really want. No client wants to actually dig in trauma. therapists might need to change their mind. They might have come to think that their clients want to do trauma for some reason, but this is not true. Clients just want to have an experience that helps them move on their healing path, that helps them move on their path in life, that unlocks something within them, so that they come away from a session and they go, I'm so grateful and so glad, so grateful. I did that with that person. That really helped me. And that's what we want to be focusing on as STAR therapists, to provide that experience and to know that that is what clients really want when they come and ask for your assistance in the huge manner of their lives and their journeys through their lives. And they're not just neck traumas. That's super important to me. I would hate that, to go to a healer and they would just see me as a neck trauma. Okay. Who is StarLine Therapy for? This was asked by a practitioner who was like, well, who do I advertise this to? Who is it for? Of course, I would say everyone. Absolutely everyone. And start as soon as possible. Start with the youngest children, to start them up on their book of stars, to ask them about their best moments in the day, to direct their mind to star events, to the oldest people in a nursing home. So, of course, I would say everybody. It's for everybody. But that is always difficult to advertise. So, particularly helpful. StarLine Therapy is particularly helpful for people with broken timelines. They may have been in prison, or they may have been in the army. They may have been in really horrendous situations in their lives of one way or the other that broke their timeline. They might have made bad decisions which cause a broken timeline, like driving when drunk and now they're in a wheelchair and their timeline is literally broken in half. There are people who've been in cults, and that is so destabilizing. People might have fallen prey to one of those romance scams where they were completely convinced for years that there was a real person they were sending money to. And then it turns out that person was never real at all. And again, this is a broken timeline. Broken timelines can occur after somebody dies or relationships end or begin. This is where I specifically and particularly, this pinpoint approach to trauma, this pinpoint approach to injuries and wounds, can't heal that. It cannot heal that. What we really need, is to reconnect these broken timelines so there is flow of energy and information starting up again. That's, to me, as a person who wants to help people, super, super important. That these broken timelines, like child abuse is another big example of broken timelines where people really, really need to make that reconnection with their entire life. And we can do that with StarLine Therapy, which makes me very, very excited about it. Big life changes, people who are going through big life changes, menopause, adolescence, all those people who are really struggling, moving from one kind of life to another. People who might have lost their jobs or lost their businesses in the pandemic or lost their health. Yikes. So many broken timelines. But that's where sort of my heart goes, because I understand what that's like to live with broken timelines. Okay, so I have answered the questions that I was given. I would love to answer more questions. Any question that you might have about StarLine Therapy, doing StarLine Therapy with your star client, and you really understanding what that is to be a star therapist. That's not a joke. That's not over exaggerating it. Because you're working with star events, that makes you a star therapist. Like, people who specialize in trauma can be a trauma therapist. We can be star therapists and then offer people the choice, or possibly they want to do both, compare. That would be quite wonderful. I would like that very, very much. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. And as I said, I would love to have more questions. If you have questions for me, please write them down in the comments below or send them to me back channel if you are a GOE member on our membership site. If you're completely new to this and you're like, oh my God, what have I stumbled into here? Start with this, the Modern Energy Revolution. It's got basically my path for the last 30 years in it, and it explains all the key concepts that we have in modern energy in a brief and easily understandable way. And lastly, if you haven't started Star Matrix yet, oh my God, Star Matrix is the way. It's not just my way. It's not just our way. It is also your way to just, oh man, get to know yourself better. To start to really understand this core self of yourselves that shows itself in those +10 star events. It reveals itself, if only briefly. But we put that information together and we really do start to gain a much better, more realistic, proven, deeper understanding of who we are when all is said and done. I am super excited about the future. I am so delighted that I finally got the courage to put Star Matrix out. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And I am really looking forward to doing all manner of wonderful things on the StarLine Therapy course. We're going to make star constellations. We're going to make maps. We're going to do pictorial representations. We're going to restage star events. We're going to learn about EMO and the storyteller pattern. We are going to activate our own star memories as healers help us star people to others, our abilities to help people. That's going to be fun and super interesting. And how to use all our beautiful modalities like Project Sanctuary, Supermind, EMO, Energy in Motion, Modern Energy Tapping, to really make it so that our star clients walk out and they are walking down the street and they're literally saying, wow, thank God I did this. This was just exactly what the energy doxa ordered for me. Thank you for listening. Lots and lots of love. And as I said, any questions, put them in the comments below. I'll be glad to answer them. Lots of love and starry blessings from me to you. And bye for now.
Get started right with modern energy. Join the GOE today for less than the price of a cup of coffee per month and gain instant access to Silvia Hartmann's fabulous video foundation course. Learn essential, awesome modern energy techniques to stress less and feel better. Go to goe.ac/join and start your path to a happier future.